Alright, well, we are here for round 3 of Tier 2's Season 4, and we are in France today. We are in Q1 right now, and hope to get some good racing. It's a difficult track for tyre wear, but I'm sure the drivers have got enough experience. Another strategy, it's a very technical track with a lot of places to go off wide and to get invalidation, but I'm sure the drivers will take it nice and steady. As you see, Snell on the intermediates already, and 2 people on their outlap in the first minute and a half of qualifying. I don't really know a lot of people's paces around this track, especially for this tier. We'll have to wait and see the lap times that they set. I'm on my own today because there's obviously no commentator, but it'll have to do. As we see, I think it is Arhug to go on their first lap. It is. And one now to turn 1, quite a difficult corner to get on the brake and not go on the inside line like that, and he does invalidate his time. So that is the first invalidation of the session and the whole day. As you see, JR takes a bit deep, doesn't get the right line going into the second turn, but it looks pretty decent so far. Coming into turn 3, turn 4, quite a difficult chicane. Don't want to go on the inside line too much, you can take the curb quite a bit, and do not want to go wide at this corner, as he loses a bit of time there, and also keeping it nice and tidy through the sweeping corner. Now the long DRS straight where a lot of overtakes can happen. This is probably the main overtaking spot, just because it's a long straight into a chicane where dive bombs can happen. You have to get on the exit quite nice and not spin the car, take it as tight as line as possible. Then a nice flat out right-hander, taking the curb, trying to get as much time as possible, and into a swooping right-hander. That's quite difficult on the traction on the exit. Do not really want to hit that outside curb, as it can send you into a wall. Quite a difficult left-hander, especially for no ABS, as I hear a lock-up. I've gone into the final 2 corners. Again, a difficult corner for no ABS, and the final hairpin to finish up his lap. We'll have DRS open, and it will be the first lap of the day, and it is going to be a 1:29.8. Again, I don't know how good that lap is for this tier, or even any tier. I've raced here a lot, but as F1 Reds, it's 29.9, but just 10th behind. I'm not even going to try pronounce these corner names, because I am not French, and I will mess it up quite badly. As now, Hughes Connor goes P1 in Q1 with a 29.4, another tier 1 man with ABS, but now he has no ABS, he's going to be down to tier 2. And the offer to do that is now 4 tenths, exactly 4 tenths faster than P2, which is, I don't know how worrying that is. First on the lap, Kleiner Bosse, our race winner last week in China, is opted for the mediums. He would try to get through on the mediums to Q2, so he doesn't have to waste one in that time. To see Leighton on the intermediates, obviously trying that tactic of make it feel better when you go onto the softs or a slick tyre. Toxic Jesui, P2 in the standings right now, did win in Portugal the very first race of the season. But sadly did DNF in China, as he now will go into his lap. But is actually behind Kleiner Bosset, so the two championship leaders. So I think Toxic Jesui has been kind of blocked there to go on his lap. But we'll see what he can do. We'll watch Klein. He takes turn 1, turn 2 quite nicely. Tight line into turn 3. Wants to use as much curb as possible, doesn't use the inside curb with his left tyre. And then nice. Now into turn 6. Wants to take a nice wide line. Doesn't opt for the curb, maybe getting a tiny bit of time. But through turn 7 now and along DRS straight once again. See how much time he can get on the medium. If he can get a good time on the mediums, you'll think he'll be quite happy about that. Takes a lot of curb on the inside, and again through that nice chicane, turn 8 and turn 9. Now picks up the slipstream from Snell, who is on the intermediates, of course. Now through the flat out right hander, doesn't go for the curb like we saw JR do. Goes to the wider option and misses the apex by quite a bit, but gets on the power as early as possible. I guess a nice exit. Wants to take a tight line for hit again as many thousandths and hundredths as possible. Again hitting the curb, now coming for the final hairpin. Don't really want to hit this curb, it can bounce you off and lose you a lot of time. But now DRS activated for the final straight, and it will be a 1 minute 30.3. It's not a bad lap for the mediums. It is just 9/10 behind Connor, but the softs in qualifying are a lot faster than the mediums. But the tyre wear is very, very difficult to handle and very, very difficult to keep intact. As IDZ did go P2 with a 129.7 as we were watching Klein. Not a bad lap at all. As you see, Gamer taking the runoff area like the one in Monza. Navigate his way through there. See, only 7 people to set a lap so far. I cannot see the timer, but as you see, like Arhug does take that line that most people would opt for to gain a bit more time, but does go wide and does not invalidate though. Luckily to not invalidate, guessing he lost too much time for the game to realise. As Toxic Jesui will go on that now. He has DRS activated on this straight after turn 7. Again, she can repeat things. I will be sending on these laps. But everyone takes a different line, as he takes the same line as Klein. Wants to go on the exit nicely in the 5th gear. Doesn't take the tight line on the curb, but on this little straight, it's quite nice to go side by side through here. Can have very, very good racing on this track. But will take the curb. Not another sex time, but he just misses out on the apex. Wants to get on the throttle as early as possible using all the curb. Doesn't go for the tight line that most people would. Now in down to 2nd gear, double shifting into 4th, DRS activated. Will it be close to P1? It is not going to be P1, it's going to be a 10th, around 500ths behind P1 from Hughes, Connor and Toxic Jesui, with Nicholas now going, went P3 or P2 quite a bit ago. But it's not a bad lap from Jesui. That should get him through to Q2, where everyone will set their laps to see what tyre they'll be starting on in the and trying to get into Q3. As still a few people set their lap. Snell, Sapien, Kai, Brian, Liam and Leighton still to set their lap, as Liam's actually coming across the line with a 129.8, puts him into P5. Also, people need to be seen before with this pit exit and people on their lap. They need to be quite careful because the pit exit does go onto the racing line. I've seen a lot of collisions that have happened through there. I see Jay out on the out lap. And it's just these bottom 5 now. He's set their lap as 3 of them are on an out lap. Mackay, one of the favourites to win this championship after his performance in the pre-season in Spain. A domination of pace around there, as Busy has invalidated this time and will go into the pits. Gamer has also invalidated, taking the off-road again. I think it's just due to this part where everyone will now be going into the pits and waiting for that final run at the end of Q1. I think Gamer has wing damage, or just isn't turning his car. No, he just isn't turning his car. Yeah, there we go. All the bottom 5 are on out laps, and Sapien is the first one to go on his lap. Going to turn 1, hits the apex quite nicely. Doesn't want to hit that curve too much, otherwise it can spin you out on the exit. Now coming into turn 3. Nice line through both sections. Wants to get a nice exit early in the thought as possible. Be careful through this. It's just a purple sector 1. I don't know if that is on, or just because he's P15, or that could be actually purple sector 1, but he took the first sector quite nicely. Now on the DRS straight, coming into turn 8, takes more cut than everyone else, misses the apex on the turn 9 part, gets a nice exit. He flat out doesn't take the curb, but we'll now come in turn 11. Just get nice as it hits the apex nicely as other people. Now at turn 12, I see people are not taking as tight as a line going through turn 12, but wanting to get that exit. Now to the final corner of the hairpin, takes the curb, takes all of the curb. I haven't seen anyone else do that in this session as of the moments we've been in, but it's 29.7, not a bad lap. That should get him through to Q2, and I think it will, as Jay has invalidated his lap, as we'll go with who's the next to finish. I think it is Kai. Again, the pace in Spain was very dominant. I wonder if he can keep this pace up through this track. I know it's a very nice track and flowing track for the wheel players than on controller, but we'll see how that pans out today, as it's going to be a 129.6, goes P4 just in front of Sapien. He will be through to Q2, as we have Klein struggling on this track, a 130.3 so far, and an invalidated lap time as of now in P15, as it is Snell to finish their lap. Going for the really tight line on the left, it's going to be a 130.2, which is only going to put him P13. And on this track, you don't really want to go for second lap old tyres to get more pace. As Jesui and Nicholas have retired because they know and they're confident that they are through to Q2 with their lap times. And as I think Snell wants to get back to the pits as soon as possible, as Arhug is on his lap now, a 10th up as it says. He is in the relegation zone, in the danger zone, so he will need to set this lap. Pretty clean through turn 8 and turn 9, but sector 3 is probably the I think the more difficult one to try keep the lap time going, just because of these corners of the braking zones and how awkward they are. But again, really early in the throttle, that's very good. Very nice exit, hits the apex. Tighter line than everyone else, going through turn 12. Now going through turn 13. Not seeing a lot of people like try cut that curve, try gain a bit more time, but doesn't. Short shift, gets a nice exit out of the final corner, and it is going to be a 129.6 that will get him through to Q1. He'll be very pleased about that. As Snell might be out of qualifying, Clyde needs to set this lap 7 tenths up. Looking very good, obviously, so far with that 7 to 8 tenths up. just on the exit of sector 2. Takes a really wide entrance to turn 11. Gets a nice exit early in the throttle. Now turn 12. Again, if you hit that curb, you will most likely be going for a spin unless you lift off the throttle, but it's a very not a good curb to hit. That's now going through turn 13. Turn 14, final corner. Double short shifting up to 4th, and now DRS activated to the line. And it is going to be a 129.1, which will go P1 by about 3/10. There's Kleiner Boss's pace from China as Homo sapien just comes out of the pits. Luckily, not to collide. Not come out earlier. As China line is 2/10 up, he needs to set this lap. Otherwise, he will be out of qualifying. There is no more time to set any more laps. As that is Snell out of qualifying. Gamer just about to set his lap. And it all comes down to this final minute as he does invalidate. He might be able to get around for another lap. But it won't be good on his tyres. And he will not be able to set the pace that he just have. There's Reds is on his final lap as well. IDZ retires in P9. Looks like he's confident that he will get through to Q1, but we'll have to wait and see what the times people set and how many people set times. But Reds is coming through now, turn 6 and turn 7. I didn't see how much he was up by, but he was up a couple tenths out of sector 1. Now DRS activated, obviously, coming through turn 8 and turn 9. Takes nice lines, gets on the exit nicely in 4th gear. As Gamer is coming through them corners now, does not want to validate or he will be out of qualified as well. And Reds might want to set this lap, but oh, there we go. 4/10 up on his time from sector 1 and sector 2. He needs to keep it clean, not hit any of these curbs. Takes a tighter line. The tightest line I've seen today. Now through the final corner, does short shift into 3rd, and on the power he goes, DRS activated, and it will be into Q1 for Q2 for Reds. And will it be for Gamer though, as it's just China and Gamer to set their laps, and Sapien, he wants to improve as he's at 10.5 up. As it is Gamer, he goes P9, that is him through to Q2. But it is China, 6/10 up as per bus sector 2. I do not know if that is on Busy from P15 to try get into Q2. I think that's how it works, I cannot remember. We're now coming through turn 11, exit on turn 11, very nice. A wide line going through turn 12, wide entrance. Now goes for the tight line into turn 12 on the exit. Now through the penultimate corner, takes more curb. So this goes right tyre, but on the exit doesn't short shift and DRS activated. He will go to the line and will be through to Q2. And Sapien is going to finish up his lap and be safely through to Q2, and that is Q1 over for Tier 2 today, as he sets P8 as he wants his lap to be set, and that is it. So Klein goes P1 2.5 tenths faster than Hughes Connor, who set the lap a bit earlier, but it's still a very good lap from this top 6 actually. The top 10 showing their pace. I know there's about 5 tenths in between, but that is Klein. But we see as Busy, Brian and Snell got out of qualifying, as JR just goes through between just 200ths of a second going through. Same with Liam and Leighton, quite close to going out as well. But Snell not being able to set the fast enough lap, and he wasn't able to get back to the pits in time to set another one. And we will head to Q2 now, where they will be setting their laps to see what tyres they'll be starting on for the top 10. Obviously anyone that does get eliminated will have a free choice of tyres. And as now we are in Q2, and we'll see what tyres they will go on. And you see some of them going on the mediums, selecting them, not going out yet though. As I hear a car coming out, one of the engines firing up. And we'll see, there we go, it is Ahug, the first to come out on the mediums. As there's a lot on the mediums. But yeah, the soft tyres are not the tyre to be on for the race, definitely not. It will be Ahug to go on their first lap, first line lap, so we will go on a lap with Ahug. So everyone on the medium side, Lima and Jasmine, but have not come out, so I'm guessing they will change to medium tyre. But you need a good enough lap if people go on the softs at the end to get through to Q3. And Ahug setting up his lap now to get early in the throttle and get a nice exit, followed by very high on this track. As we see people waiting at the pit exit. It's a nice turn 1, turn 2, a bit leaning on the throttle on the exit obviously because you will spin. Now coming through turn 3, takes a nice curb, takes the optimal line. Now exit of turn 7, DRS activated, and he will set his way nearly up to 200 miles per hour, got into the turn 8, turn 9 chicane. Very nice line through them corners, and that will gain him a lot of time. This medium lap has to be perfect, otherwise it won't be enough to get through to Q3 if people go on softs. Doesn't take the curb, going through turn 10, now turn 11, taking that nice wide line and early throttle on the exit. Doesn't hit the curb on the outside, trying to get as much time as possible. Through the penultimate corner. Doesn't hit the curb, but does go a bit wide. We're losing a lot of time, but doesn't invalidate his lap. Very, very lucky. And it is a 1:30.7, but it did lose a bit of time on the exit of that final corner. As I think it is Hughes Connor to set their next lap, but no, it was Klein who just slots in behind very, very closely behind Ahug in P2 with a 129.7, 130.7 as well. As that goes Hughes Connor on the mediums, 4/10 quicker than Ahug, and it's a 130.3 for the medium tyres. That is a very good lap from Connor. The Sapien goes for a spin after his turn 2 exit. Was not what you're wanting on the medium tyres. As Nicholas goes P2 of 130.6, Kai goes 149.6. Guess you get a little spin, but he will go for another lap now if he has enough fuel. As IDZ goes P5 of 130.9. Yep, every single person on the mediums, they all know that the softs are not a debate. Oh, Kai sets purple sector 1 but loses the car. Snaps it massively but saves it on the exit of turn 6. That will lose him a lot of time. So yep, Sapien on the left hand side, letting everyone go. Doesn't short shift on the exit of that corner. Yeah, 17 seconds obviously, that is so far 132 or 131. Needs to gain all this time in sector 3 if he wants to be P1 I try to get 3 to Q3. Now with DRS activated, got a nice exit on the final corner. Will it be enough to go P1? It will not, but it will go P3 for 130.6. But Connor has set an amazing lap. That will, I think, might put him through to Q2 if people don't run the softs. It definitely will. Maybe some people on the softs won't beat it. You never know. As Leighton went P5 or 130.7. Everyone quite close together besides Connor. 0.6 to 0.9. Now to okay, that's a 35.0. I'm guessing a little spin or a problem. But he takes a lot of that curb on the exit. And that is Gamer going for a little spin here. I think he already had invalidated his lap. But that's just salt to the wound of a little spin at turn 12. You see Tokji's SW. Is he on a lap? I think he is. Does go purple sector 1. And I don't know whether to trust these purple sectors because the game can be weird, but he's on the medium tyre. And he was very close to the pace at the top in Q1, so let's see how he does in the mediums. Takes a nice line through turn 8 and turn 9. That's his yellow flag. I don't know where that is, but I don't think it's anything to do with it. As it looks like a purple sector 2 once again. Another purple sector for Jesui. I will go through turn 11. Misses the apex tiny bit, doesn't go on the outside curb. Needs to take this nice line, takes a nice tight line through turn 12. Again, doesn't opt for the curb. Now everyone want to double short shift into 4th, I think it was a double short shift, but it is going to be a 130.2. As actually, I didn't see, but Sapien set a 130.2. So they're beating Connor on the mediums now. That is a really, really good lap from Jesui. And that even might get him to Q2 if people even go on softs. So I don't think people want to do that at all. As we do see our first soft runner go on their lap. And it is JR Designs. It takes a nice clean first sector. Obviously it should be a purple sector 1 as you are on the soft tyre compared to mediums. It's a nice flowing first sector 1, looked very nice and clean. Now going through the DRS straight with a McLaren on the left of Tokji's Jesui and the China one on the left hand side as well. He will invalidate his lap though. That is not going to help him save fresh tyres for qualifying 3 if he gets there. I think he should. He was on pace at Q1. But Jesui setting the border lap time for the medium runners. Right now, Shiny White has set 3 laps on the medium, so I don't think he will be going out again on them. As Klein Bosse is on his soft out lap. So he will be going for the softs. Yeah, as JR will now go into the pits. As Reds is now coming through the penultimate corner, but I think will dive into the pits. He will. 130.4 will be for him on the mediums, and then 130.5 the same with Shiny Whiner. As Kai's on his outlap now with the soft tyre in P8, that is the danger zone. You don't want to be P7 in the top 3 because anyone could just set a lap time, 3 people set a lap time and beat you. But 5 people going out. And it will be these guys in the pits so far besides Klein. We'll go on Bobber Klein, the fastest man in Q1 on the soft tyre. with a 129 point. Yeah, 129.1. Very, very nice lap. So we'll go on board with Klein for this lap. I think that was an invalidation, no it wasn't, but because for the final corners, yeah, there wasn't a commentary on that. I just wanted to see what he was doing lap time. Wanted to enjoy a lap, but it is going to be a 129.7. Obviously not the best time he can do. Just 5/10 in front of the mediums. Looks like Jesui is selecting the softs, but I don't think we'll go out. Yeah, there is no time to go out, but we'll see their best lap time. Yeah, okay. Everyone on mediums besides Klein, which I think he definitely could have maybe got on a better time and everything. But no, actually, I think Jesui will go for the soft tyre, as everyone's gone on the soft tyre besides Reds, who'll stay in the pits and risk his top 10 for everyone that's going on the softs. Looks like there's going to be a lot of traffic for Kai, as he will just go through it now. Hopefully he does not get blocked, because he's in the danger zone ish. Obviously not 10th, but 9th place is not a place to be when at the final bit of qualifying, especially when people behind you are on the softs. As JR is actually going through the final corners now, misses the apex quite a bit, but will want to make up for an exit this hairpin. Short shift to third gear, and it will be a 129.5. Goes P1. Very nice lap from JR, and that does push Kai down to the danger zone. What will this lap be for Kai? As doesn't short shift into third or fourth. It's going to be a 129.3. Goes P1. The lap times are picking up now, so everyone will want to be setting their laps. As Reds, I think Reds will be eliminated from qualifying for staying at the mediums, as Hack is already out of qualifying. I think Ronnie IDZ will be as well, because he's trying to cut all the corners and he has spun out. That is it for IDZ for qualifying, as he gets spun out. Looking on the corners and he goes again, as we'll go back to someone else now. Hug 11th place, has to set this lap, so he's not out of qualifying, as Leighton's out of qualifying now. So it's Leighton. Oh no. Ronnie has hit Gamer and has knocked out Gamer out of qualifying. After Ronnie's silly mistakes of trying to cut the track and get through to Q3, he has collided with another driver. And I think that is it for qualifying. I don't think anyone else can be knocked out besides Reds. Actually, Reds can be knocked out if Chinese Nicholas set these laps. But Reds is going to be absolutely on his seat right now. See if he'll get through to Q3 on the mediums. Connor does go P1 with a 129.1. And the final soft runner set his lap. But it will be Nicholas and China. Reds, and that is Nicholas going to be setting his lap. Not made a mistake, as China is invalidated. And will that be China out of qualifying? Reds has made it through to qualifying. And it is going to be China winding out of qualifying. Joining Leighton, Hack, IDZ and Gamer. If he didn't invalidate, maybe could have been a good lap time to knock out Reds. But Reds is going to be really, really happy that he is the only one starting on mediums in the top 10. That is going to give him a real boost of confidence and a real boost in the race at the start, as the soft tyres will start to die immediately after 2 laps, 3 laps, and after 5 laps to 8 laps, well, you will not have the pace you did at the start. You could be going for a puncture. And that is Q2 over. And yeah, that is it. Oh wait, no. Never mind. I was wrong about Reds being the only medium driver. I saw the tyre select, I wasn't on best. It is Jesui, Sapien, Liam and Reds being in Q3 on the medium tyres, so they're going to have a boost of the race. Especially Jesui. Jesui is going to be really, really pleased about that as one of the championship contenders. But it is China, Leighton, Hack, IDZ and Gamer out of qualifying, as IDZ did pick up a 5-place grid penalty, so he will be starting dead last on fresh tyres. Not good for IDZ, as it is still dry. Didn't think about that, the weather could change completely in the race. But I do not think it is raining in the race, as people went for the medium tyre. So it definitely is a dry start. As now we are in the top 10 shootout of Nicholas, Jesui, Liam, Hug, JR, Klein, Reds, Connor, Kai and Sapien. Sapien's the first one to come out on his lap in the Haas car. 100% that early lap, and this is for pole position now. This is the one that kind of matters just as much as just as important as Q2. as it is. Well, it will be Sapien to set their first lap, as they now cross the line, and now the lap time will be set. Going for turn 1, takes a nice line for turn 1, turn 2. Another nice line, very, very nice 1 and 2. Will take 3, 4, 5 and 6 like this. Misses the apex tiny bit and goes a bit deep into turn 4, turn 5 now. Takes a nice exit, turn 6. 22.1 knot. It's about 10th off the fastest time I think we've seen. I don't know. Last time I recall it was a 22.0. And we're going through the DRS straight. Now through turn 8. Turn 9. It does invalidate, goes a bit wide off of turn 10, very unfortunate. We'll go to Toxic Jesui, as he does set a 21.9. Ah, okay, it was 21s, or he's just setting that now. But after this lap I will need to go for about 5 minutes. I will be back for the final runs of Q3, but I will have to go just 5 minutes after this lap has been set. Look, it's not invalidate there. It looks like it went off the white line. As our hope sets 29.7. Provisional pole so far, 30.0 for Kai. And I think it will be Jesui that will be setting the lap time to beat. Oh no, it is Connor, 29.4 so far. But will Jesui be able to beat that? It's a nice deep entrance to turn 12, a nice exit there as well. Penultimate corner. Now for the final bit of the hairpin. Looks to be nice and tidy through this lap. It is going to be a 129.1, and that is provisional pole for Touches this week, and we're back in 5 minutes. Okay, I am sorry about that, but I am, I'm back. Yeah, I'm back. Everything should be normal, yep. No lap times have been set, well actually none have been set besides none that have gone for pole. Guys, Kai is the only one to actually be on their lap right now, and it's just Arhug and Kai on their laps. So Kai's gone for another lap, so if he messes up he can just go again. What's my line through turn 5, now turn 6. 4/10ths up, is a pebble set to 1, I didn't see the sector time, because I wasn't looking there. But it says pebble sector 1, I think the Q3 ones are real. Where it will be. So far he's on for like a 0.4, 0.5 maybe. Wondering what this sector is going to be. It is going to be yeah, he's on for like a 0.3. Will he be able to find 2/10ths in sector 3? I'm pretty sure Kai will. What will Kai be able to set? Will he be able to take provisional pole or pole away from Jesui? Loses a bit on the exit, a snap of oversteer. But now through the penultimate corner. Now through the final corner, the hairpin wants to get a really nice exit, nice entrance. Not short shifting. I don't think Kai does. But he's going to come across the line. It's going to be a 1:29.1. Takes pole position, provisional pole, by 1,000th away from Toto's Jesui. I think that can get beaten, but it's a very, very good lap time by Kai. And I think that is a definite top 3, depending on what these guys can do. As you see, 0.4s, 0.6s, 0.7s, and 4 people that haven't set a lap yet. Toto's Jesui looks to be the only one that can beat Kai. Arhug is on the lap right now, going through the final few corners. Takes a nice line through the final corner. What's it going to be? Is it going to be Paul? It's not. It's going to be a 29.190, just a couple hundredths behind. That is P3 for Arhug. Actually, there we see JR Designs is now 4/10ths up-ish on his lap time. Takes a very, very nice line through turn 8 and turn 9. And it's purple 6-2. It is 4.5 up-ish. Goes into 4th gear, doesn't short shift, but does hit a lot of the curb on the left hand side. Tiny lock up into turn 12, but nice exit. Coming around the penultimate corner. I don't know if there's going to be Paul. I want to watch Jesui. But this looks like to be a good lap. It could be Paul, it could be P4. 27, 28, 29. It is Paul, I'm glad I watched it. 1:29.13. But it is Jesui. The guy to beat it will be Jesui at the moment, if he can set a nice lap time. He is 2/10ths up on his time. It's going to be a 28 pushing it. It's going to be pushing a 28. This looks to be looking like a very good lap time into the 28s. But will it be? It's Connor to go to 28s. The first man in the 28s of the whole day. 28.983, just pushing it there. But it is Jesui coming around the final corner. Double short shift into 4th gear, lose a bit at the back end. But it looks to be a very, very nice lap. It's going to be a 28.899 provisional pole for Jesui. If Kai has anything to say about it, I don't think he does. looks to be taking a slow line into the final corner. I don't think he has something to say about it. He doesn't. It's going to be 29.4, puts into P5. It's Nicholas set his lap now. The final man to set his lap is going to be a 28.8. Nicholas has gone pole on the final, the dying seconds of Q3, and everyone's finished their lap. It's come out of nowhere, and they've set a 28.8, just in front of Jesui. Jesui thought he did it. He thought he got pole, but CPI Nicholas in the Alpine has come out of nowhere and has beaten that time by just a few, 34 thousandths of a second. He has beaten that lap time by, that's an amazing lap by Nicholas, 28.8. And that is qualifying over. Red's not been able to set a lap time. Liam hasn't set, 29.6. Only 8 tenths between the top 10, top 9, but Klein, pretty weird to see him in P8 after what he was doing in Q1 and Q2. But 29.2 isn't even a bad lap. It's very, very close between the top 8, only 3.5 tenths, and just a tenth between the top 4. This is going to be a close race with a lot of action. I hope it is anyways, not another boring French race of everything. I was waiting for everyone, and we will get underway with the formation lap, then it will be lights out. And there we are for the formation lap. Nicholas sets his way. You see the tyre situation. Yep, people, okay. It's a very, very range of tyres. So if you have a soft in P1, Jesui would have been really happy to get, obviously get P1 on the medium tyres to have that more advantage. But it is Nicholas that took pole, so medium, soft, medium, then softs until Liam. Reds also went on mediums, but has been disqualified for some reason. China, and the outside top 10 have gone for a range. So IDZ has gone for the all push aggressive strategy, trying to gain as many positions as possible off the start. And then you got a few hard runners and a few mediums, so it goes from soft to hard, all the way through the grid. Well, the strategy differs around here depending on what your setup is. You don't want tyre wear to be high as possible. Medium hard is probably the best strategy to take around France. We're guessing these hard tyres at the back will be going for the hard soft strategy, and the soft runners will be going for a soft hard. I think soft medium is possible, but it is probably the worst track for tyre wear, including Singapore. Yeah, Bahrain's also quite bad for tyre wear. China, with those tracks, but now we are just about nearly there, as Ronnie IDZ is taking his sweet time at the back of the formation going lap. As Nicholas is already lined up, so we will we'll go for also just go for a broadcast view. I'm gonna go for Jesui, as it looks like to have a better one. That's the other JR. So it's Alpines in a 1.5 at the moment. As we wait for everyone to ready up, and the internets hopefully are not bad, as it is now 5 lights. And it is lights out where we go after a very, very long wait, as Jesui doesn't get a better start, but Connor gets an amazing start on Jesui. As it is all going down at the back, a lot of side-by-side action. We're going to see any spins. I don't think, yeah, Red hasn't set off. So I think he will get disqualified. Is there any spins going on? Oh, there's a safe. Oh, never mind. It is a safety car. So Reds is actually in the wall. Same with IDZ has actually DNF'd. So what I'm guessing here is that it's a... Oh, God. A situation where it happened to Inferno as well. In the other races, Reds has not gone. I've warned people about this about not doing anything. But yeah, it's already a safety car. As Reds didn't go, and I don't think he's here, man. As Ronnie is, IDZ has crashed straight into the back of him because obviously they expect him not to go. But that's already a safety car, so well. The only see the positions as I don't think really anyone gave positions. Yeah, 1 position, 2 positions, 3 positions after DNFs. As Arhug is the first one to go into the pits on the softs. Is anyone else going to follow him? Don't think so. I think, yeah, the only one to go into the pits on the soft tyre. Yeah, we saw a huge corner jump as Jesui off the start. JR's also jumped Sapien off the start. Kai stayed the same. Chinese made up a couple positions, as I think Ahog has gone on to the mediums. As there's a collision between Connor and Jesui, as it only gives us Jesui a 5-second time penalty, as I think they did fix it so the safety car penalties are given out more fairly. Helps us a tiny bit. Well, obviously it'll get reviewed after the race if Jesui reports it, but I think he will serve it on. Well, yeah, he'll have to serve it in the pit stop, so I don't think it will get removed. But I don't think the safety car will be even in this lap, even though everyone is together, as it hasn't been out for more than 1 lap. Or it could be unless they've fixed it, but it would definitely be nice to get this underway as soon as possible and get racing again. It's really unfortunate for IDZ, but it was P18, but obviously DNFing at the start of the race is something he wanted to do, but it wasn't. I don't think it was his fault, as Reds is not here, obviously. Actually, I'm getting myself a co-commentator now. Bear with me a second, guys. There's something room. Okay, I think the safety car is in this lap, so, shit. Okay, bear with us a second, I need to just switch parties. And he's co-commentator. Yes. Alright, there we go. Ronnie, is your voice shared, lad?
Yes, it is, yeah.
They're already going.
Oh, yeah. You did it.
Just do, yeah, okay. So, actually, Nicholas has got a mighty start on the Connor. As JR is 6 seconds behind, as Sapien's in P4, Clyde in P5. Probably wanted to make a move on Sapien as soon as possible on this lap, as he's on the soft tyre, doesn't want to wear them out too much. Sapien on the medium tyre. I saw what happened to you, Ronnie.
Yeah.
But
oh, that's down.
But yeah.
Did you see what happened with Toxic?
No.
Basically, at the start of when they caught up to the safety car, Nick just went in front of the safety car and he had to let the safety car by, and then brake checked Connor, which made Ruben go into him.
Oh,
anyway,
right then. If I never report it, I'm a steward, so we'll just discuss it. So. But Connor's got back. Sapien spun. Yeah, Sapien has spun the Haas car.
Yeah.
Can I get to him, please? Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm guessing spun on the exit of turn 8 and turn 9. I don't know if there was contact between Connor or... No, it wasn't Connor, JR or Klein. And Klein got a bit wide. The penalty situation is a big factor in here as well. It's quite easy just to run wide with the understeer. Especially in the race, due to tyre wear.
Yeah. I'm just looking at Snell here. He's on the medium compound. Obviously, he started on them, but he started in I think it was P17. So very back. And he's already up into P9. Obviously, some people pick it on the safety car, but already a very good comeback from him. Obviously, he's on the medium tyres though, so he's probably gonna try and do a medium soft if he can. But
I don't think medium soft is really possible. I think it's medium hard that you want to go for.
Yeah, I know a few drivers are trying to do medium soft, but
I think the hards will go for hard soft and the softs will go for soft hard.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
The softs will die really quickly.
Made a move on Brian, by the way. Sorry to interrupt.
Yes. Try to look at them on the front battles, see the soft runners, and see them trying to work together to keep the medium runners behind as much as possible. Softs will definitely be starting to die now, as recently I got a puncture on lap 8 from softs.
Oh really?
Yeah. That's how quickly they die on this track.
I have to say, 21 isn't doing too bad of a job actually staying behind Kai. Obviously, 21 wasn't feeling too confident coming into this race, but on those medium tyres, he is actually looking pretty strong. It's going to actually be quite interesting.
Just they're making moves now. As I think Klein made a move on Kai. Yeah, they're going side by side right now through turn 12. Fair race and no one pushed the trap. They're still side by side. Nope, and Kai does have to back out on that position.
I think
No one's picked up a penalty yet, so.
But Kine is going to get a very good run down coming into turn 1. If he's going to have
DRS.
enough. He has turned off the DRS though, so he's not going to be looking to battle it now as DRS has been enabled.
Yeah, Chinese just trying to keep up with and stay within the DRS so they don't get overtaken by Leighton on the mediums, and Busy on the hards trying to keep up as well. Try to keep Snail at bay behind him.
Yeah, Toxic has made up a good few positions after the restart. He got wing damage during the safety car. It looks like he may have got a warning now, unfortunate for him. But he had a very good restart. He's now up a good few positions, up about 5 or 6 positions. So I'll be pretty happy with that. He's going to look to drive through the field there.
Then that as Snell made a move on Busy now. Snell making moves up to now P8 from the medium side and the hard tyre. So now he has joined the front medium runners as probably one of the contenders to maybe win this race now. As on the mediums, the strategy is a lot better. As the softs will start to die out, and maybe hitting maybe the 60% mark by now. Actually,
Yeah,
I think I think Gamer's really struggling. I don't know if he has wing damage or not, but he's losing positions left, right, and centre. Especially he lost one to Jesui just on the straight.
Yeah, it's looking like he has got a bit of wing damage. Obviously, he's not sure, but he's not boxing, so I don't know. Maybe it's very minor wing damage, but he might have just had a bad few corners. But yeah, like you said, on the medium tyres, they're going to start playing into effect now. I think these are really just the last few laps where Toxic actually gets past.
I don't think. I saw Arhug box lap 1 when the safety car came out onto mediums, but they're not going to make it to the end.
No.
Same with Jessui's. I think they're going to hope for another safety car when the softs box, so they can get a jump start onto the hards. As I think Nicholas is going to pick up a penalty soon. I just saw another warning.
Yeah, it's most probably what's going to be happening.
But it's top 5.
I think
top 5 very close together.
Will be boxing for that. Snell's using a lot of ERS, can I say, to try and catch
he
up
needs to get up.
teammate.
As Leighton's making a move in China.
Just
normal move.
Really.
Now he is the front medium runner that will be very pleased about that. Look at the position changes. He's made up 6 positions from P12. Now he's up to P6 on the mediums. Snell's made up 9 so far. Snell is enjoying this race.
Yeah, he really is. He's got very good race pace, to be fair to him, but
yeah.
Toxic is putting Busy, RDG under a lot of pressure here. He's just slowly, very quickly closing in on him every corner, really. He's had a bit of a snap there, so maybe he's just pushing a bit too hard. He's going to have DRS on this move, so he will be looking to make a move.
Connor's the first soft run of the box, and I think the only soft run of the box. He is. He will lose a hell of a lot of positions, but that undercut might be able to help him. He will go into the... I wonder if he goes into the hards and mediums. He will drop to dead last. That's how close his grid is right now.
Yeah, it's very good racing for all of them.
Especially the top 5. Top 4. Yeah. Top 4 soft runners just so close together that it's just overtakes can happen at any second, as we'll see on the DRS straight now. I don't think Jay got DRS.
Oh, Toxic has had a big crash. He's lost his front wing again. That's not going to be great for him, as I reckon he's going to be boxing onto the hard. He just crashed out of it.
Has he DRS'd on purpose? Oh no.
I'm not too sure.
And that is a safety car. And Connor is going to be absolutely not happy about that, because he's just boxed.
Not going to be happy. I'm not too sure what's happened with Toxic there, by the way. I didn't quite see.
No, I just saw him crash into a wall. It looked like on purpose.
I'm not sure, to be honest.
But anyway. Connor, I think people will box now. Mediums will box to hards, softs will box to hards, I think. I think the hards are being forced to stay out, and their strategy has been absolutely messed up by that, and Connor has been as well.
Yeah, 100%. I was about to say Connor's strategy. Yeah, as we see, super neck. Yeah, literally all the soft run is jumping into the
And the
box, but
mediums.
Connor gambling and
Or Klein.
hitting it. Oh,
Klein is a 5 seconds. I don't think he would want to box again. Unless there's another safety car. But,
I think
well, oh, there's Serpine as well. Well, we'll see where Connor comes out and see how much this has affected his race. Because every single person besides Ahug and Connor is in the pits right now, and it will stay that way. How many positions has Connor lost? Connor was in second.
It looks like he's going to be making up quite a few, to be fair. Will it be enough?
It will get P6.
Okay.
It's quite a deficit, but he's going to have to make up them positions.
One of the quickest drivers in this tier, I would say, though, so I know he's probably feeling quite confident, especially as most drivers are now on the hard compound tyres. Interesting to see Kai has gone onto the mediums. I reckon he's probably going to be hoping for.
I reckon about 15 laps.
Yeah.
15, 16 laps, including the second lap, obviously with no tyre wear-ish. But I think the mediums can make it from here. But Ahug definitely not making it.
No, Ahug will need to be boxing. I don't know why he didn't box. He's definitely... I think he probably thought he was doing well at first, but then... Toxic did crash out on purpose, by the way.
Yeah. Well, that's an immediate quali ban, so...
Yeah. Unfortunately from him. Do you want me to report, put my view of Red staying by the way?
Just do it later. Well, you're still a driver, so just report it after the race.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I'm just. I don't know if I can bother. But anyway, do you want me to do the safety car restart when they go, or?
Yeah, sure.
Ahug, I reckon is unless he's probably going to be hoping for another safety car at some point. But if there's not, I reckon that is his race most probably ruined, as he did not choose to pit under safety car and every other driver did. So that's not great news for him.
Yeah, it's an immediate quality ban for Jesuit.
Yeah.
And Norwich actually.
It's, I think one of the reasons is because I told him there's no race tomorrow, like today.
What?
But he did know, because Ben told him there was. But, yeah, it's going to be unfortunate for Toxic for next race, because he's got really good quality pace. He messed up his final lap in qualifying, by the way, in the last corner. He got too trigger happy and he just came on. He would have got pole if he didn't, but anyway, we're in the race. Shouldn't be waffling on about qualifying. But I think Kai might be able to have a really good launch if he can, because he's on the medium tyres, so his tyres will be quicker than Nicholas's. I'm not sure what the difference is between hards and mediums, but I know mediums is like just over a second slower than soft, so it's probably quite a big difference.
Oh.
What's happened?
Nicholas is retired. He has he's done a grudge on.
Did Kaipi hit him or something? Well, that's putting Hughes Connor actually up into net P4 if you think about it, unless he obviously doesn't make any mistakes, because Ahug will be having to box. So I don't think he's going to be too angry with that now, considering the outcome of boxing. But
yeah, well, Connor's been promoted a position because Nicholas has been into all.
Yeah.
As Ahug will lead the safety car.
Yeah.
And off you go. I'm gonna go from Connor's POV. Might as well.
Right, he's just getting ready and he's gone. He's gone now. Kai hasn't. Oh, Kai's spun and he hasn't had a great restart.
Uh-oh.
But SBR, Leighton is all over the back of Kai's Alfa Romeo. Will he be able to spin it? As Connor is also looking for the move on Kai as well.
Kai's absolutely bending into a wall and nearly taking that Connor with him.
Oh,
Yeah.
and who's that? Who's that's a spinner as well? I don't know who that was. There was an Alfa. Oh, it's Connor. Oh, unfortunate from him there.
Did Kai get damage? Who hit a wall?
Kai got damage.
He hasn't got damage though.
I mean, damage is on, but like, it looks like he does.
Does he have damage? He's just taking out Connor.
Yeah, I think so, because JR Designs is literally all over the back of him through that part of Sector 1. Chiny Winey is also retired as well. That's not going to be great from him. He's not going to be happy. As also Leighton is all over the back of Kai, and is he going to be looking for the switch back here? He is, but is he going to be able to make it stick? I don't think he is. He's going to have a better run out of that turn. He's side by side with Klein now. Are they going to be able to make any difference?
No. Leighton has to back out. I don't think Kai has damage.
He's still fighting. Yeah, I'm not sure. He did hit it quite bad, but Leighton has gone down the inside of Klein, and is he going to be able to make
side by side?
stick?
Klein's off track, but it is still side by side. Side by side. But Klein's kept the position quite nicely. That's a great defense.
Yeah, brilliant racing from both of them there. Well, if there are going to be any moves made on this straight now, as I think some people will be trying to look for a move, but there will be some who are just a bit too far back.
Connor's race has gone from bad to worse.
Yeah, he's not going to be happy, to be honest. I think that's his race over. Not great from him. Arhag has decided to pit. I'm not sure what. Yeah, he retired. Yeah.
Looks like Nicholas didn't do a garage on. He had the throttle glitch when leaving the safety car.
Oh really?
He had that, and he couldn't save the car because he has ABS on.
SBS Leighton is using and draining his ERS. He has now turned it off. Is he going to get a good part of overspeed here on Klein? He's not going to be looking for the move now. Oh, on my screen we went straight into him.
But car's on the fresh medium tyres, and there's a yellow flag. Doesn't. Oh, it's just Arhug's AI.
There's only 12 people.
Yeah, Leighton's got a really good run on the Klein. He's going to go down the inside once again through turn 11. We'll see the overshot view of two people going side by side, Kai and JR with Leighton and Klein. But Klein defends again from the outside. JR and Kai are still side by side, but JR is pushing Kai really wide. But they both keep it on track, and Busy's just there to watch.
Yeah, that's also.
As Kai sends it down the inside on a corner that he shouldn't send down the inside, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's not a great move from him.
I think it was just really aggressive from Kai, but I think he just retaliating from JR's very defensive manoeuvre, but a bit dirty from both drivers.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. Leighton is very quick on these hard tyres, by the way. DRS is enabled. If he can close in on Kai a bit more, I reckon he will be looking for a move this lap, or even
and JR as well.
JR is also getting in on the front now as he's on those mediums, so he is going to have the quicker tyres for this part of the race. But Leighton is
Snell's got first track limit penalty. He was doing so well. That's going to hurt him a lot if people stay with him, and it's just a safety car restart as well. As Snell has DRS actually on Busy still, but so will not get overtaken by Hack. Snell has 0 ERS. As there's a bit of a collision between Leighton and Klein. As I think Leighton's budged Klein in the back and sent Klein with oversteer. He's not going to be very happy about that after getting bumped to the back. And Leighton, I think there's damage from that. I don't think there's anything from that.
Yeah, I don't think he had any
maybe
damage,
penalty from the stewards, but we'll see on the reports for Wednesday. But it's quite close and split at the same time for this final 14 laps for this race. But there's only there's only 8 people in this race properly.
Really?
Well, there's properly 8 people in this race that are close together, and there's Klein, Sapien, Kai and Connor. Connor's just too far behind. Kai's spun himself. But Klein is still there. No, Klein and Sapien are still there actually. Just about.
JR Designs is going to be wanting to make this move done as soon as possible because his tyres will be dying off much quicker than Leighton's in the Ferrari. So he's going to be wanting to make the move so he can just defend for the rest of the race. Snell had a brilliant comeback. This is a brilliant drive.
Yellow flag. I think that is Sapien has taken a spin at turn 2. He has, and he goes down to last place as Connor gets the penalty as well. As I think this is JR's time to overtake Leighton. It'll be a very, very simple overtake on the straight as Leighton's joining his ERS to defend it, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Unless it is, actually. He's drained everything. Will JR go down the inside? No, I think more sensible and just hold on. Gives a little bump to Leighton.
But nothing too major.
Gamer looks like everyone's picking up these penalties now. And Snell's trying to make overtakes, trying to get as far as possible away from them behind without the penalties. I think JR and Leighton made a bit of contact. Leighton's gone a bit wide.
Nothing really going on at the moment. Obviously, not many moves can be made.
Yeah, there we go. Busy and JR going side by side, just a bit busy sticking his nose in, but JR defends well. Busy still on the outside, maybe go for a little switchback. Doesn't get the good enough exit though. As JR loses a lot of time to Leighton, draining his ERS.
Turn 1 isn't really a very good overtaking opportunity.
Connor's retired.
I had it in the box. He's done it in the box. So my bad.
That's Connor's race over.
Like I was saying, Busy is really closing in JR Designs here. Is he going to be looking to make the move now? No, he's going to wait. He's going to be patient. Very good call from him. As this is actually allowing Leighton to just drift away from JR Designs because JR Designs will be defending from him. But Busy is all over the back of JR Designs.
Snell has spun.
No.
I was spectating him, the spectating curse. I think that's also... Yeah, Snell has spun the car. And Busy has made the overtake on JR. And JR has to back out on the outside. Now it is Leighton next for Busy. Looking for his first win. Another yellow flag. Don't know what that is. Oh, it's just Connor's AI. They're Sapien and Snell going side by side. They're going to go at it at turn 10. Snell needs to leave room though. As they just go side by side for turn 10 and Snell gets the overspeed. And on the outside gets more speed and keeps it into turn 11.
Only 11 people finishing this race so far. Obviously some of these drivers couldn't have helped it. Some had a bit of a glitch and some just chose to retire in the pits. Down to their choice. Obviously it's a bit of a gamble if you do retire in the pits, but Busy is now looking to close it in on Snell. As Hack is also in P4 by the way, and Yeah Gamer in P5. Good comeback from Yeah Gamer as he started I think in P14, as I unfortunately got an automatic reset to the track, so we're not going to talk about that. But Yeah Gamer does get a 3-second time penalty. I think he's probably just going to try and keep it clean from now. Busy is probably going to be wanting to make the move, but Leighton has the ERS advantage over him. He's a bit too far back. Is JR Designs going to be looking to fight back this lap on Busy? He's not going to be looking to get in the DRS of Busy. Interesting, maybe he's just trying to be patient. But SBS, NUFC Leighton is defending very well. He's just gaining at the right moment, at the right time. Obviously he's on his high compound tires, so further in the race compared to the mediums.
Busy's not been able to make a move on Leighton even with DRS. And Leighton's using everything against him.
Yeah, Leighton just gets a better traction and grip
and that's
out of the
Kai and Klein going side by side. It is, and they're still side by side.
Good fight from both of them.
Yeah, Kai's got the inside line.
Yeah, I think Klein just backed out there, obviously, didn't make any other mistakes.
Plus Kai on no ERS.
Oh really, yeah.
Busy again, not been able to make a move whatsoever. On Leighton, just sticking behind.
Leighton just tends to get a better grip out of the final few corners before the DRS straight, but Busy will definitely be looking to make the move if he can keep within around 5 or 6 tenths of Leighton here with his final few corners before the DRS activation detection zone. Yeah, Leighton just gets brilliant traction. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's
dirty, yeah, for Busy.
Oh, but yeah, Busy's gonna have a
Here we go.
run through.
This is it. Busy for the lead, and it is simple overtake on the straight as JR's trying to keep up, and so is Hack. Hack's also here. Gamer as well, and Liam. Everyone's here. This top 7 is pretty close together.
Yeah, very good trainers. Leighton was looking to be a bit more aggressive when Busy overtaken, but it's funny, I saw him Busy just waving his DRS to Leighton. But
Yellow flag again.
I reckon it's just...
No, it's yeah, it is Kleiner Bosse. I think he's got an auto reset track there. I think I forgot to turn that setting off. Whoopsies. But
yeah, of course
I don't even think that was a thing. But just look at this top 7, so close together.
Yeah, Gamer and Hack are both, I think they're just both trying to keep it civil, as Leighton is trying to stay in Busy's DRS, but Busy has very good pace on those 9-lap old medium compound tyres. Yeah, Gamer did go wide again. I think he has a bit of a, I think he got a warning, but that's unfortunate for him. I will have to check race director in a minute, but I don't, it's very close. It's such a good little race here between the top, I want to say the top 5 is the proper race at the moment, because Liam and is that Brian? Yeah, Brian are both just a little bit too far back to join in on this fun at the moment.
It's quite satisfying to look at in the broadcast view, to be fair.
Leighton was very close to Busy there, but he didn't want to send it down the inside. Jared Designs is actually closing in on Leighton now. Is he actually going to be looking for the move through?
I think he will. Has to lift out a bit, yeah. Has to lift.
Obviously because he's in that dirty air, but he's down into 3rd for that corner. Not a gear you really want to be going in, but
Gamer's now picked up 9 seconds now. Oh, contact between JR and Leighton.
Oh,
and damage between Hack, I think. Or was it Liam? I think it was Hack that got damage.
It was Hack. It was Hack.
And Hack has damage. I think. Well, Leighton has been pushed down to 7th. I heard that. But looks like Leighton's got a bit of a piece of his own medicine against Klein, and JR has done the same to him.
Yeah,
but now it's JR unleashed.
Actually, you couldn't quite see what happened on the onboard, but yeah, Gamer is now up into P3. A brilliant comeback from him. Obviously, he has those penalties, but he has 9 seconds. So unless Liam gets some penalties, and Brian and Leighton all do as well, I don't think much is going to be going on. But Leighton, did he manage to? Yeah, he managed to stay out of the pits. I think he doesn't have any...
No, he didn't get damage. He got hit from behind. Then Hack got in and hit Leighton. I don't think he could have done anything. So Hack just got caught in the crossfire.
Okay. Yeah, I think Hack was just a bystander there. Nothing he could have really done.
JR just tapped Leighton in the back. But now it's a Busy versus JR's. Year Gamer's got a 9-second penalty, so...
Leighton still could get onto the on the podium though.
He could.
Liam is looking for a brilliant result here, but I think JR Designs are Busy, just both keeping it pretty clean on the corners and the corner exits like that. But yeah.
And here goes JR. Nope, we're gonna stick behind. Pretty close to the back of him though, so as we're down to the final 7 laps of JR picks a penalty. It is now Busy's race to lose. And Liam's to get P2. Maybe Leighton could get on the podium.
Be very good. I'm really hoping for Leighton to get on the podium.
I think Busy's disconnecting. Yeah, Busy's Wi-Fi's not doing any favours right now, but I think he's sorted himself out now.
race is just going from good to worse for literally every single driver in this lobby, as I think almost every driver has had a little bit of contact. But that's Leighton going down the inside of Brian. Very good move from him. Very keen for both of them there.
I think Busy is just disconnected all over the place.
Yeah, he definitely is.
Not anymore,
That's
but he was.
Yeah, game on JR to catch up, but he's now back. Yeah, Gamer is actually looking to have a lot of pace at the moment on those medium compound tyres. With obviously 7 laps to go, I think he's just hoping for other people to get penalties, but he could still see both Crosslim and Leighton on the podium. Obviously Leighton was on for a race win if he just kept it clean.
Yeah, only 4 drivers got penalties.
Yeah. Yeah, conflict of purse most likely, but JR Designs is all over.
Is JR gonna go for it? No, he will not go for it.
Leighton just showing how much pace he has on those tyres as he's setting the fastest laps now, so he's probably getting quite aggressive. Busy gets a 3-second time penalty.
And now it's all to play for.
Oh, this is literally Crosslim's race to lose now. He just needs to keep it clean if he wants to take this race
within
win.
3 seconds.
Hack now takes the fastest lap.
We'll go to leader. I think Liam's only 1.1 behind.
Well, yeah. Breezes past Busy, by the way.
Yeah, so. But Liam just needs to keep it between 3 seconds and he's won this race. Then Leighton needs to keep it within 3 seconds and he's come second. So right now it's Liam and Leighton to come in 1 and 2. Liam to win this race. We'll still watch this battle because it is JR and Busy still fighting for their positions. But them fighting is just going to let Liam and everyone catch up to them. As oh no, Gamer went down inside of Busy and hit Busy off the track as Busy nearly spun it. But managed Liam and Leighton managed to avoid Busy. I think Busy did get damage from Gamer just sending it down the inside and making a lot of contact. So that is Busy doing so well.
Yeah, my visual is not working at the moment, but yeah, Gamer is now all over the back of JR Designs. Are these mediums actually the right call? Because
Busy,
really
yeah, for the Gamer's taking out Busy and has got 9 seconds of penalties, which is quite unfortunate for Busy. That Gamer's done that for nothing. But it is Liam, right? It's Leighton wanting to overtake Liam. If Leighton overtakes Liam, he's won this race. As I think Leighton's just picking up a penalty. He's not getting the grip from the exit anymore.
He definitely got warning from that, but he's all over the back now. But are we going to see Gamer actually make a move for the win, for the lead of this race?
I think we are. He will go down the inside. It's a Verstappen move on Hamilton. The exact same situation. Oh, dude, literally the exact same move.
There's a bit of contact between Crosslim and Leighton as
well.
Oh,
yeah, there we go, side by side. Nearly banging wheels, but I think Liam has more of a straight line setup, it looks like. I think Liam, Leighton will get a switchback-ish, kind of, on that side. As Klein overtakes Snell, as you see on the leaderboard there. About 20 seconds behind the leader. As Busy dropped all the way down to last place on the softs. As all Leighton needs to do is overtake Liam but not lose time to the guys in front, especially JR, who's only got 3 seconds penalties, but Gamer's out of contention for a podium.
Well, you never know, anything can happen
at the moment.
But I definitely think
there we go, is that JR, that is Designs going for a move. Round the outside, oh, that's another warning for Leighton, I think. That's 2 warnings I've seen. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, Gamer goes pretty wide.
Gamer really wide. Yeah. This isn't helping Leighton as he's the 4th man in the train. And he's the back, and he can't overtake because everyone else has DRS and slipstream. I don't think he's getting grip on the tyres anymore, but the hard tyres should come into play and get faster than the mediums. And maybe a couple laps. As here he goes. No, Leighton for the lead. Net P1. They can't go for it. As he just hit Liam in the back.
Yeah, he's done that a few times now, unfortunately. But JR Designs and yeah, Gamer still battling it out through these laps.
What is Gamer doing?
Leading quite a bit. I'm not sure what's happening there with him.
Double move ref.
Tactic, but
As now I think they're going to go side by side again. They are. Will Liam getting on this? Leighton will not. JR goes really wide. I think that's just on himself. As Gamer gets the position. Still. Leighton's trying to stick a nose in on the inside of Liam, but they don't want to get spun out. None of them. But Leighton's desperate for this move so he can keep the position over Liam for the rest of the race.
I'm so annoyed for graph now. I could be on for a podium as well. That's the thing.
As JR and Gamer. JR makes the move on Gamer instantly. What is Gamer doing? Just weaving all over the place behind the JR and just kind of blocking out Liam.
Yeah,
But Leighton, it's going to be now or never for any of these laps. Because Liam's going to save up his ERS. Or maybe he could wait for another penalty. Maybe Liam or Leighton gets a penalty. And then it's definitely over.
It's unfortunate because Brian got...
Oh, hi Brian. Brian is here as well. What's his penalties on?
Here.
6, yeah, he got another one. He has to stay within 3 seconds between Gamer to get that position.
Leighton, is he close enough to make the move on
No.
William now? He is not, but yeah, Gamer and JR Designs are both battling it out as yeah, Gamer gets a good exit there. He's got very good... What is happening to yeah, Gamer's rule? I have no idea there. But
He's stuck his nose in. He's gonna get the inside line, and they're gonna go side by side once again through turn 11. Leighton can't make the move again.
Can I just say, we've seen JR Designs go wide there so many times. I don't know. Maybe he's figured out that you don't
He's
get
gone wide as well.
there.
Will that be a penalty? No, it will not. It might not even be a warning. Never know with this stupid game, but Brian's right on the tail as Kai goes down the inside of Brian, makes a bit of contact but doesn't get anyone spun out. As it's still there, Leighton's win is still right there as JR makes the same move he did a couple laps ago. It's down to the final couple laps as Gamer gets another penalty. That's 12 now.
More penalties he gets.
Gamer, he's just delaying the inevitable. He's gonna go drop down so many positions. But he's just wanting to fight for it.
Okay. To be fair, he's like pace is not bad. It's just his penalties. He's not very consistent. But Leighton is now pushing. He's using all of his ERS. He's turned it off now? But is he going to be looking to make the move down the inside
no,
across the
Liam?
He's not. He's just a bit too far back. But also, yeah, Gamer in front.
Side by side again through Gamer and JR.
Very good battling from both of them throughout the whole race, really. But yeah, Gamer is going to be in the slipstream of JR Designs. He always gets the better.
They are side by side again.
JR Designs through there.
As Leighton's going to make a move. Will this be the move?
Will he even get into P1?
It's nearly 4 wide. As Liam's kept the position, but Leighton's on the outside. No. I don't think that is Leighton's fault. Liam's gone way too deep.
Ultimately.
And it is now Leighton's race to win. Liam's not gonna be happy. I don't know with himself or with Leighton, but I don't think that was Leighton's fault. Liam went way too deep on that corner.
Are we going to see Leighton making a move actually through turn 1?
Yeah, someone doesn't have DRS.
Yeah.
I think Leighton will be able to make a move.
Yeah, he's just going to.
All he has to do is just stick with and not get a penalty. And if Leighton gets a penalty, it's over, and JR's won.
Unfortunately,
to fair, Liam could still be on for Gamer's position.
He could be, yes, you are very correct there. But
no, yeah, he is. He's only 5 seconds behind.
By the way, so he's done alright this race as well. But are we going to see Leighton making a move on Gamer? He's just a bit too far back. I think he knows that he's just not going to battle. I think because he knows if he keeps it clean, he can just
down the inside goes Gamer again, side by side, JR and Gamer. But yeah, a bit pushed wide. Gamer gets another one. As Leighton's going to make the move on JR. For the solidified P1, will Leighton make it round the outside on Gamer as well? As they're coming around this corner, no, they're nearly 3 wide, but Leighton made the move. on JR, which solidifies his well, definitely solidifies his P1 if he does get a penalty.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
for fucking hell.
coming up to this final lap now, this is really just Leighton's race to lose. I think even if he gets a penalty at this point, if he keeps it clean, he will be getting that race win, which he has been looking for all race. He's drove brilliantly this whole race, so it's going to be very interesting. He's not even trying to battle and get Gamers DRS. Gamers all over the place on the straights, very dangerous from him. But Leighton is making the move, and he's just breezed past Gamer. That's brilliant from him. He's going to take
Leighton needs to use absolutely everything to defend from Gamer, because Gamer will probably overtake him on the straight.
Yeah, well, we said about these hards coming into play. Gamer gets another 3-second time penalty.
How many is that now? 18. I think another one is disqualified, but I don't think Gamer's gonna be close enough for any move whatsoever. Liam did get his penalty. Liam did get his 3-second time penalty, so it's Leighton. If he doesn't do anything, doesn't spin,
or Hack could still actually be on for Gamer's position as well. But I
Liam and
think
Sapien
gonna stay in front of this Grand Prix. He's drove brilliantly this whole race.
Yeah, what's the positions like actually? I want to see position changes. Oh wow, okay. Leighton's moved 11 positions to get into P1, and Gamer's moved 12 just to get 18 seconds of penalties. Just from track limits.
It's very unfortunate that Gamer did get his 18.
But well, now it is. We're gonna come round the final corner of the hairpin of the French Grand Prix. Gamer will get DRS on Leighton's weaving, celebrating, and he will come across the line to win the French Grand Prix and take P1 in Tier 2 as Gamer smashes it into the wall. This Gamer will move all the way down to P7. Kai on the podium, JR comes P2 after that penalty.
Actually, we'll see
and Brian P4, but very unfortunate for Liam. And Snell having a little spin, Klein getting his penalty on that final bit. But that is over. Tier 2 French Grand Prix is now finished. As my driver of the day, Leighton, definitely.
Yeah, 100%.
I didn't watch a lot of his race, but 11 positions and does win the race. That is his perfect race.
He had the all-round better pace as well. That whole race, literally on any tyre, he was one of the quickest in the grid. He was showing his pace by getting fastest laps and setting his PBs throughout the race as well. So I have to say, definitely my driver of the day as well.
Yep.
But yeah.
Has Kai also stepped on the podium as well? I don't think he was expecting that as much as we was, but well, that is it. Leighton takes the top step of the podium and takes the full 25 points. With who go fastest? Hack gets fastest lap, and there's a few penalties to be given out probably with the reports that are going to come in, so the results be out soon. And well, that is it. Well, thanks Ronnie for joining me a bit late as you crashed out. But well, that'll be it from us, and we will see you next week. And I don't know what track it is next week. It's to be replaced because Russia did get cancelled. This was the replacement, but next week it is a to be confirmed track, and we'll see you then.